Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Turin here, and today, guys, I'm here with another Total War Warhammer live battlecast. In this game, we're going to be playing the Dwarves, and we're going to be facing off against the foul warriors of chaos. So I actually decided to start in the deployment zone here because I had loaded into a few battlecasts, and the games were so laggy that it wouldn't even be watchable. It was just really, really brutal. So just to be safe, I actually started the cast from the point where essentially I could tell if it was lagging or not. So I'll go ahead and just deploy my army right here, and I will get right into the army composition. And hopefully, you guys enjoy this one. I may actually make this like a double dwarf cast and just play like 1 or 2 dwarf games back to back, and yeah, could be some fun stuff. So let's set this bad boy up right here. Let's also get some miners back here as fodder. Man, this build is just so janky. Like, I don't know how it's gonna work out. I'm hoping for the best, but I just kind of like got some fun units that some of you guys had said you want to see. So I can't speak to its competitiveness, but you know, it really depends if my opponent gets manticores or not. If he doesn't get manticores, I should have enough of like a presence with the gyrocopters to really shut down the chariots and things like that. Okay, so the runesmith is over here. We can put him right here. Let's also put some dwarf warriors on the flank right here, and the miners can kind of sit in the back over there. So good. All right, let's party, guys. Let's have some fun. We can put these guys in group 4, and let's get these guys a little bit closer up. So while we have some time, so front line, I got armor piercing troops. They'll trade pretty well with the Warriors of Chaos, especially supported by High King Thorgrim, putting their melee attack close to 50. On top of that, I actually decided to get the Peak Gate Guard just for fun, but one of the biggest threats that, you know, the Dwarfs face against the Warriors of Chaos is chariots. Chariots are incredibly difficult to deal with. So gyrocopters are a pretty good answer against chariots. It's not like a, you know, a golden salve, or I'm trying to think of some like term, but the Holy Grail against them, but it still does pretty well for you. And, you know, the bombs aren't bad. You can do some pretty good work. And of course, we do have the Godlobber here. So we're actually going to position right here and just take advantage of this terrain and just, you know, give our gyrocopters some time to shine. But it looks like he does have some Chaos Knights with Lances, so we're definitely going to be taking some charges right here. So let's go ahead and kind of start shooting at these guys a little bit, keep shooting at these guys, and we're going to get some good harass and some good bombs. And the Peak Gate Guard are going to be very, very good against this build because he didn't bring chariots. So I'm really hoping to kind of get some value out of that. So if he comes around the back here, we can, yeah, the miners can take that charge pretty well. And by the time he gets here, we're going to have gotten, you know, some pretty good value. So let's fly these guys over here and go ahead and drop some bombs. Oh, I hate when they get like kind of bunched up like that. So that was actually really poor. So let's go ahead and just set these guys up here and set these guys up like so. And let's go ahead and switch this onto another group out right here, just to kind of spread the love a little bit. So we're actually going to wait for them to like fly right over us, and then we're going to drop the bomb. So that first one, don't do it like that, guys. You want to wait till they're like right on top of you like that, and you can get a little bit of bombing action. That one wasn't even that great, but right there, that's the sweet spot right there. It doesn't do like a ton of damage, but you know, any HP or damage you can do right out of the gates isn't going to hurt you. So we're going to get these dwarf warriors in the back and kind of just hang tight here, just kind of continue poking away at my opponent. But still, we're getting some good DPS in here for sure. So we're going to actually move these gyrocopters once we get the bombs dropped here. So let's go ahead and fly a little bit. And oh, are they trying to juke me right now? I think they were. Yeah, the move's like Jagger. So okay, so we're gonna fly these guys back right now, and we do have the Althar's Raiders who are very, very good against Cav. So we're gonna turn these guys around, and let's actually pull them right here and get the Peak Gate Guard like up in the front line. And we want these gyrocopters to just be shooting at those Cav like nonstop. That's gonna be like their primary job here. So looks, oh man, he's coming in pretty deep right now. Look at him. Is that Archon the Ever Chosen? So very, very cool stuff. So let's get Thorgrim in there and kind of, oh yeah, he saw the error of his ways there. It definitely was not what you want to be doing. So we do have these gyros. Let's go ahead and have them start shooting over there. Every time I say gyro, I just think of like those Greek sandwich things, you know. But yeah, we're getting in there. We're going to get some volleys. I mean, we do have miners to absorb this charge, which is going to suck pretty bad for them. But at the end of the day, they should be fine. So let's get these rangers here, make sure they're shooting here. And we can go ahead and mark them as well. So we're going to mark them with this to give our gyrocopters a little bit of extra damage on them. And they're going to take some heavy damage from these armor-piercing axes. So let's get those dwarf warriors kind of set up over there. We're going to wait until our opponent's pretty close here. Let's push these guys in here, these guys in here. Get this runesmith fighting over there. And the Peak Gate Guard are just going to dumpster these guys, like do some serious work. And you can see the Cav are taking a ton of damage from the Althar's Raiders here, and the miners really like didn't take much damage at all. So good stuff. So we're going to kind of deploy right here, get these guys kind of back online on their pieces, and just kind of get everyone fighting. And good. So we can go ahead and pop the runesmith right now. Make sure to use all of the runes of Wrath and Ruin. Thorgrim and the boys are doing pretty good. We do have the Peak Gate Guard fighting back here. So let's get these Grumbling Guard over here and have them help out a little bit, and also pull these guys. It looks like he actually does have some. Are those Chosen? Oh, I should have been paying attention. So Chosen would have been what I wanted to target with the Godlobber. So good. So we're just going to get our back line kind of repositioned here. Let's get these guys kind of right here. Just make sure everything's fighting relatively well. And the Peak Gate Guard, once they get like saturated, I think they actually trade pretty evenly with Chosen. So let's go ahead and keep fighting Archaon over here. We do have these dwarf warriors kind of an auxiliary here. And Thorgrim is really, really tanky. I mean, he has like 120 armor, so he's going to do pretty well. So the cav are just getting like just punished by these gyrocopters. Very, very good stuff. So let's pull these guys over here. And do we have any missiles we want to? Yeah, we can actually start focusing on some of these chaos warriors out in the flank. Let's pull these guys over here, get these miners right here, and we can get this goblobber. And yeah, we can shoot into this blob of chosen. Oh man, I should have paid attention. I feel like I screwed up a little bit, but he definitely wants to like charge into the back of this formation down here. That's going to be like one of his biggest boons. So let's kind of push these guys over here. We do have a Rune of Wrath and Ruin. We can go ahead and use it to like finish off these cav. I think that should be a nice little gimme right there. So we're going to pop that. We can pull these guys in right now. Thankfully, he's very heavily armored, so they're not going to like take too much damage, but let's get those gyros kind of pushing in there, get these raiders continuing to shoot at them as well. And I think the infantry line is holding. The peak gate guard are probably going to rack up a ton of kills here, and you can see they're doing massive damage against that what's that thing called, the Exalted Hero, who honestly I think is like way like inefficient. I really don't like those guys. Like, I just feel like they're super expensive. Man, these Chaos Knights are still fighting, which is pretty incredible. So let's kind of keep gunning them down, and thankfully these raiders do have armor piercing melee attacks, so can't complain about that. Good, so let's kind of keep pushing in. The Dawi are putting up a pretty good fight. It looks like a lot of my opponent's troops are starting to rout off a little bit, so we're starting to stabilize. He definitely needed some chariots. Chariots are so good against the dwarves. Archaon's also a bit of a subpar pick, just in my opinion. You know, he does magic damage. He has some cool abilities like the Crown of Domination, which he did. He actually brought the Slayer of King, so it looks like he was trying to come slay the king, but you know, it didn't work out that way. So tried his best, but the gyrocopters gave us some good utility, allowed us to kind of like poke and deal with the cav. I think gyrocopters are one of like the best answers against like chariots and things like that. Granted, they're not even a great answer. It's just one of the answers that you have access to. So great. Looks like we're able to pull that one out. So yeah, let's make this a double Dawi cast. Double the Dawi is always fun. So yeah, Archaon's way too expensive. I mean, that's almost like 3,000 resources right there from what he had. And it's just like, if you just go with like Sigvald even, or a Chaos Lord on like a horse, he could have had like 2 or 3 more groups of Chaos Warriors, which would have been very overwhelming, or like 1 or 2 chariots, something like that. Just my 2 cents though. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get into some Dawi action. We'll try and make this next game a little bit more fun. Maybe we'll use some Iron Drakes or something like that. Sorry about that. But yeah, maybe the Scolder Guard. Scolder Guard would have been fun there actually. But you know, the one reason I didn't want to get Scolder Guard there is because I didn't want to deal with like chariots running them down. But my opponent didn't even end up getting those bad boys. So do we want to play the Dwarves again? Let's see. I think this might be the same guy. I'm not sure. So he's playing Chaos again. So I feel like we should mix it up a little bit. So, all right, guys. I'm treating you all. This is a time to be treated. So we're going to go ahead and get Vlad von Karstein. We're going to just put him on his regular deal here. And what do we want to get? So Invocation, we can get rid of this. We'll get Winds of Death, see if we can get a little... Oh, no, we do not want to start the battle. I think if we change races, it resets it, right? Oh, that was so bad. Oh man, the battle's actually starting now. Okay, so we're gonna get this. We're gonna go ahead and get the Sword of Unholy Power. We gotta jam through this real quick here. All right, that's probably fine. So guys, it's happening. You guys ready for this? 1, 2, 3. 3 black coaches. Sunday. We're gonna get some armor-piercing troops in the front line. We're gonna get the Sternsmen as well. And what else do we want to get? We get some Blood Knights, and we'll get the Dire Pack. Man, this is so janky. Oh, I don't know how about the triple black coach, guys. It's making me a little bit uneasy here. What do I want to get? So the Dire Pack, we have some anti-large. We have some good armor piercing in the front line. I feel like we need some skeleton spears or something. What can we cut to get spears? I feel like we need more, but the Winds of Death is something I'm going to go for. But the Blood Drinker, is that even that good? Doesn't he already heal himself? I feel like we can get rid of that just to get another group of skeleton spears. All right, guys. You're getting the triple black coach. Let's see if we can pull this out. Have I ever gone 3 before? I think I did. Man, does that mean I have to go 4? Maybe another game, guys. I'll try my best to go 4 in another cast, but... Drinking my green tea. I made it the American way. It's really funny. Like every time I jump on stream and I have my green tea, I'm just like, yeah, guys, I microwaved this. I didn't brew the water or anything. Oh man, it's like heresy in the UK, isn't it? Like there needs to be an exterminatus of my microwave to take it out. But yeah, we're getting in there, guys. We got the triple black coach. We're gonna see how it fares. Chaos is one of the factions it can work against because they're gonna get Chaos Warriors probably. Halberds will do a little bit better, but the black coaches can be pretty ferocious. The one thing I am missing is the Mortis engine. That's a little bit of a bummer, but Vlad is tanky. He can survive a beating, even against Shaggots. Like if they stand and just wail on him for a while, he'll take it like a champ. So I'm really hoping to get my value out of that. But yeah, black coaches. I think 3 is the most I've ever done. 4 would be a little bit much. I think that might be hard because your core army, like I would have to cut the Blood Knights and maybe just get some skeletons and like on top of that, and that would be like my army. Like it'd be pretty grim. So if he brings like Chaos Knights like he did last game, because I think it's the same guy. So if he brings the Chaos Knights, I'm seriously just gonna. Although I do have Blood Knights and the Dire Pack, so I should be able to beat the Chaos Knights, and then hopefully I can get the black coaches in, or maybe I use the black coaches. Somewhat similar to like how people use squigs now. Like you mix the squigs in with your front line. I honestly think that's probably one of the best way to use black coaches until you get their buffs up. Then once you get their buffs up, you can really go deep and, you know, have some fun. So yeah, guys, let me know if you want to see more Black Coach and just ridiculous builds. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I feel like I should do army guides too. Like, would you guys prefer if I did an army guide that's kind of, you know, just talking about what units I think are good in a competitive sense, or would you guys rather see an army guide wherein I just talk about everything and like what they're good at or like what their purpose is? You know, because again, you could do an army guide with a bit more of a competitive focus. So this is such an uphill battle for Chaos that I figure it's like the one situation that I can get away with using 3 Black Coaches. So let's put those guys up on the hill. Let's get Vladdy Daddy, put him right here. We do have our Skeleton Spears, which we're going to try and get on the Giants because he's the competitive Chaos build is to get Giants against the spooky, scary vampire counts. All right, so let's actually get a Black Coach here. Let's get a Black Coach here and have like one on each section of my army. Let's put them in group 1 here. So let's go ahead and group everyone up. Let's hotkey that bad boy. We do have our Blood Knights, so let's do it. He's in for trouble here when he sees the triple coach action. Do they do magic damage? They must, but yeah, that's pretty big. I mean, 120 weapon strength is pretty strong. So if you sit them in like a group of Chaos Warriors, they'll terror route them and like beat them down pretty hard. So, and yeah, I want to try and get a Winds of Death, but I don't really have like an Arcane Conduit or Master of the Black Art. So with this starting Winds of Magic, it might be a little bit tough because I'm probably going to start healing right away. And yeah, we don't have the best answers against Giants, although we do have some Spears and Blood Knights and stuff. So Blood Knights, if you can like isolate the Giant away from the Chaos Warriors, can do really well. They shred like large light armored units like Giants. So yeah, it looks like pretty standard rank and file here. So let's go ahead and advance here. There's going to be some the coaching is going to happen. We're gonna coach him in some tactics right now. So, oh yes, the Forsaken are like prime candidates. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. How much armor on these things? Only 60 armor. So let's go ahead and just ride them over and go after these Forsaken right now. Look at the Black Coach rides. We're going to try and get the Shaggoths over here and like bait them into combat. He should have these guys with his army. That's just my 2 cents, I suppose. I've been saying that a lot. That's like my new saying. Like every like few months of casting this game, I always have like some new stupid saying that I apply to every other sentence, which I suppose is normal for people who just kind of are like speaking while they're playing, because when you're not like casting comfortably and it's a live battlecast, you kind of just go to your like go-to sayings here. But oh yes, oh, it's Gotham's Reckoning. And is he really going to let me get on these guys right now? I'll take that. I'll take that to the Blood Bank, Senator Trent. So, oh, it's time. It's Gotham's Reckoning. Oh, the coach is happening. Get in there. Oh, yes. Double Black Coach, double beatdown. So we're in there. We're fighting pretty good. We did get a great surround on Kolek and the boys. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get everyone else engaged in the front line, right? Just have some fun. Get these guys here. Get these guys here. And we also want to get these Skeleton Spears out here as well. So right now, we want to do a bit of a tactical retreat because he does have some guys coming. Let's get this other Black Coach kind of in here. These ones are actually taking a little bit more damage than I would like, so we're going to kind of pull them up and around. Vlad, let's go ahead and summon some zombies right here on top of all these troops. And the Black Coach rides. Let's get these Skeleton Spears back as well. Yeah, we don't want them fighting there, but we do get that Giant isolated, which is exactly why we pull back. Oh, it's time for the coaches to get into the main fight. Let's go ahead and use this on Kolek to lower his stats here, and you can see Kolek's coming for him. Look at it riding gloriously, but we do get another great surround on that Giant. But yeah, I feel like I should use an Invocation of Nehek over here to save these Blood Knights because I really need to kill that Giant. So let's kind of pull away here. We do get the coaches coming in hot, so let's kind of re-engage on those guys, and we are getting the Invocation, so we need to just kind of outmaneuver these guys right now. So we don't have quite enough for like a Winds of Death or something, but let's summon some more zombies back here. Just keep fighting the good fight. Let's get this coach pushing into these guys, and yeah, they seem to be doing pretty well. So let's pull back in here and see if we can just like collapse this center line. Let's get Vlad kind of focusing on Kolek as well, which you don't hear very often, but you see a lot of times when you disengage, it forces people to make mistakes. So the halberds aren't going to be right on top of him right there, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, he did get my Skeleton Spears there, which there wasn't much to work with, but the coaches are now fighting high and tight. Let's get him. Oh yeah, he's going to get coached. Let's go ahead and summon some zombies to tar pit him down a little bit more and see if we can get some value out of that. But the balance of power is looking in our favor, guys. We do get another wrap here, and it doesn't look like my opponent noticed yet, so that's pretty solid stuff. So let's pull these guys, and actually let's have him engage these halberds, so then my opponent won't be able to really, you know, re-engage those guys on the large units. So Kolek was chased off by the furious Black Coaches. I like it. And they do terror out, guys, which is pretty solid. So let's make sure everybody's fighting in here. The triple coach with their buffs, which are probably mostly online right now. So the Giant is getting focused down. We're going to save up for another Invocation of Nehek, I think. And it looks like Kolek is. I'm really tempted to just send all the Black Coaches after him just for laughs. But yeah, we're getting a good surround here. We should be able to kill this Giant. Although, yeah, we want to pull these guys back and try and rescue them with an Invocation. I think that would be really good. So pull them back to the main fight, and then we use Invocation to resurrect models and heal them and, you know, get as much value as we can. So these guys have two of their buffs right now. So it looks like they do have the Unholy Vigor, which gives them like huge AP damage. It's time, Kolek. It's Gotham's Reckoning. We're coming for you. So we're going to push these guys back and see if we can get a little something. And let's get the coaches on him. it's time, man. You're gonna suffer the wrath of the Black Coach. So we do have the Blood Knights coming, so let's get them in here as well and just get this invocation going. And oh, he's not getting away from these guys. So we're gonna pop this right now. We're gonna get a fat juicy invocation and just look at all of them chasing him, just going after him right now. So we can send the Dire Pack and kind of the Blood Knights to go finish him off, and let's also get the Black Coaches in there to kind of polish things off. And we do have some kind of Graveguard fighting over there in the flanks, doing pretty well for us. But yeah, Kolek's going to go down here. He's not having a good time. He's definitely stressing out a little bit. So let's summon some more zombies over here, make sure everything's fighting. And yeah, we have the whole goon squad is chasing him down. The Blood Knights, the coaches, all the good stuff. So he's shattered at this point. So just for the sake of laughs, I would like to chase him down. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like that's all she wrote. So. Yeah, well played. It was fun. We made it work. Based on what he brought, the coaches actually weren't bad. Like, all jokes aside, they had good utility. Like, they were able to punish the Forsaken in the beginning, come back around, Fear Charge. And Chaos Warriors don't have immunity to Psychology, so we're able to, like, terror out those guys. And neither do Chosen. So that's another unit that does not have that. So I would have liked to see, like, Lore of Death or something from my opponent. But again, you know, his army was decent. I do like kind of like the direction here, but when you're playing against vampires, you need to like form a Death Star. You need to like have that giant standing on top of your halberds, just like smacking things down. So regardless, well played to my opponent. Hope you guys enjoyed that triple coach cast. And guys, I'll be seeing you guys soon. I'm going to be doing a Dawn of War stream during the week, and then probably on the weekend, another Total War Warhammer stream. So thanks again for watching, guys. Have an excellent night, and take care.